Hey there guys, welcome back to another video. So out of curiosity I thought, hey, what would happen if the Earth had some rings? So I've jumped on here and I'm going to add some rings to the Earth's orbit. Of course we are going to add our moon as well to see if there's any effect that the moon would have to the rings. So let's go ahead and go to actions and let's just add our moon first. So it's out here exactly the length away it would be. And now let's go ahead and go orbit, add, and we'll go Saturn's rings first. Add rings. So you can definitely tell that the rings are a lot closer to the Earth than the moon is to the Earth. Now this means that the orbit probably for the moon will alter from all this mass around the Earth, and possibly the moon will be drawn closer. Just basic physics. Now as we can see, the rings are going pretty quick. I mean, this 8 hours a second, so if we go realistically to something like a minute per second or so, you can kind of see that the rings are traveling quite fast. In fact, let's go into the basic information and let's see, this one is only 3 centimeters, so they are very small rings, very small. But what's the velocity? What is the velocity? The speed is 29 kilometers a second. So it's faster than anything we can make so far. As cars, for example. So would this interact with the moon's orbit? I'd say so. It's a big mass that is actually being imported into our orbit. So I think it would draw the moon closer just a little bit. So it seems like over time there would be no big effect from the rings. The only thing that would be... Oh, we can actually change local. That's quite cool. It didn't work really. The only... Oh, well, it's starting to get quite wobbly with the rings attached. Are we going to lose the moon as an orbit? No, it seems like everything's just the same. From a visual perspective, we'd probably be able to view them. Yep, so from our perspective, we'd just be able to see them kind of like stars, but obviously not as bright. And it'd be quite scary to see them because it'd be, you know, quite visual. It would cause few shadows onto the planet when it's on the side of the sun, if you know what I mean. So it's quite interesting that it does not affect us physically, but what would happen if the moon did get closer at the same time? What if the moon was a bit closer, maybe in the same orbit or in the middle of the orbit? Now, also prospecting, since it's not being shown, I believe this would create a bit more tidal forces upon the Earth, but since it's equalized, I think there would be a bit more bigger waves from this occurring, because there's so many of them. There's hundreds, thousands. I know they're only 3 centimeters, but when you take that into perspective, that is a lot of radius and force that is pulling on the Earth. So let's go ahead, let's add our moon to the orbit. Look, Earth ring. Why is there Earth ring? We'll check that out as well. So let's quickly go ahead, add our moon into the orbit. Sadly, it's quite straight, but that's okay. Oh, probably can go into our orbit motion, and there should be a section where we can just... No, there. And then, boom. And we should be able to have it so it's at the same. That will do it. Maybe a bit more. Okay, so that's quite interesting. So, imagine this. I could imagine if it was like this, the moon would... Look at it. It's pulling some into it. So, impact after impact after impact after impact for the moon. Over time, I believe the moon would actually grow from all these impacts. Over time, of course. I mean, look at it. What's the radius doing? Is it much of an increase? Is it? Not really. Not really at all. from impact after impact, it's quite interesting to see. Some doesn't impact, some actually launches out, but I believe that the moon in itself over time will actually have rings of its own. And I believe this would affect the Earth and cause impacts to the Earth over time as well. Just to the fact it's actually, yep. So some are getting fairly close to the Earth, prospecting quite a bit of damage to infrastructure and probably killing millions. I know it's very small pieces of rock rings are, but it's enough to wipe out a small city. But over time, it seems like the rings or the pieces of rocks seem to still have an enabled orbit with the Earth, even though our moon's pulling it closer and some further away from ourself. So it's actually altering quite significantly to the rings of the Earth. So it's actually quite interesting to prospect this. But as we can see, it's actually causing the moon to get closer to the Earth. Slowly. Very slowly. So the impact over time could be quite massive. And so far we don't have many collisions with the Earth. Quite interesting that the rings are having a stable orbit around the Earth, even though the moon is interacting with the orbits. I believe over time there would be a few collisions. Maybe if we go on to max speed. Don't know. Let's take a look. On Clyde. So it seems like collisions are happening all the time for the moon. Have we got any collisions on here? No. So it's actually quite interesting that the Earth is not getting many collisions. I could imagine over time, again, look at it, it's getting tighter and tighter. So I could imagine that there is going to be heaps of interaction with the Earth over time. And I believe there would be more impacts than usual. And look at it. Look at it. It's actually got much closer. So probably quite a few impacts that have occurred that we can't see, that the game can't detect. I'd say there would be some collisions. So let's go ahead, reset the simulation, and let's do the exact same thing, but for Jupiter's rings. I believe Jupiter's rings is quite far away from the Earth. Well, from Jupiter, so the radius will be a lot more compared to Jupiter, how close it is to Jupiter. So let's go add rings. This will be our last test. We might, what's a moon swarm? We'll do that in another video. Jupiter, add. See how they're quite clustered actually. That's quite interesting that they're quite clustered. So it's a nice stable rings. Let's go ahead and let's do what we did last time. Grab a moon, our moon in particular. Line it up. Get our prospect. I think it's under motion again. And let's alter our angles. So it seems like we are unable. Oh yeah, this one. Don't want to alter that. Don't want to alter that. We want to alter that to be the same. And let's see what occurs, shall we? So we'll have it so it can collide. Quite interesting that. We'll try that. See what happens. So I'm expecting that the moon would have more gravity. Yeah. So the moon has more gravitational pull towards the rings, and look how it dissociates. That is quite amazing that one moon, one particular thing can do this. And you can see that now there's kind of like a tail to the rings, and it seems like it's going to be pulling apart over time. And I could imagine that this in particular could cause collisions just like the other one. So quite interesting what the moon can do to rings if we had rings. In fact, is there any collisions that we can check out? No. Unfortunately not. But I could imagine that the moon definitely has a lot of collisions occurring. So let's go ahead and check out the moon, should we? Let's take a look. Any small collisions? Not as we can observe. We'll go step on Clyde. Okay, so every few hours there's a collision, but we cannot observe it. So it's so micro that nothing's coming up. I mean, you can definitely see that there's potentially collisions that's occurring even to the Earth. The Earth is so scattered around, it's just being hit nearly every day. Few hours, if that. So, no, it's not stable for us to have rings along with our moon in the orbit of the same orbit of the rings or close. So that's quite interesting. So to close off this video, we'll do one more set of rings. One that just caught my eye. It's not official, I believe. It's a swarm of moons. So I'm just gonna go ahead, go to add, and we are gonna go to the rings again, and we're gonna go moon swarm. Okay. So as you can see, this is gonna cause potentially the biggest apocalypse ever. And we want to turn off on collision. And there's going to be collisions of each moon towards each other, and definitely collisions to the Earth. We can guarantee it. I can definitely guarantee that this would cause collisions to the Earth itself. I mean, look, imagine this. Imagine seeing this. In fact, let's go to the perspective. Let's go and see what it would look like from our perspective. So we would go, wow, look at all these moons. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Okay, can't really see it, but you see the point? I believe you see the point. Let's just see if we can... Okay, so imagine seeing this. Imagine seeing this. Imagine seeing that from our perspective. Oh no, here comes some fragments. Oh my god, look at all the... Oh my god. Damn. This would cause mere collision panic. Imagine if this just suddenly happened. That would be... Oh no. Here, oh no. Oh no. It's coming for us. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Pause. Imagine seeing that. Oh, there's actually another one in behind that I didn't see. Oh. Look at it. It's gonna collide. Oh, so close. Oh, whoa. It just grew. Okay. Okay. End of the world time. Boom. Just boom. Now the Earth is in collision for probably every one of these. Will probably collide with the Earth. Imagine this happening today. That would be the most scariest thing that could happen on our planet today. I mean, look at it. Mere destruction. Everything. It's just gonna die, you know it. The Earth is 265 degrees. And that should be... There should be this one colliding with us as well. Oh, if not very close. Oh, interesting. So it's not actually going to collide with us, but it's going to be a very, very close orbit. Oh, in fact, it's ripping us apart. So I wouldn't be surprised if there's rings after this, and the Earth has reached a huge 1,000-degree heat from all those tidal forces. So it's quite honestly amazing to see that the collision itself doesn't produce as much energy as the tidal forces. In fact, look, the Earth's surface has been melted. And what would it look like from us? I don't know. We'd be dead. Definitely dead. Unless we could survive this with technology, future technology, which I doubt. Now, I believe Earth Ring is basically made out of Earths. So we'll just check that one out on Jupiter. Or even on the Sun. We'll go, okay, add rings. No. Oh, I did a moon swarm. Bugger. I wanted an Earth. Oh well, we can go with that. Oh wow. Oh wow. Look at all those Earths right now, guys. Damn. Look at all the... Whoa. What did I do? Did I just destroy... Whoa. Holy moly. That is amazing. I just literally destroyed the universe. Whoa. So all those... Damn. I just destroyed the entire universe, guys. I didn't even mean to. I broke the game. Physics. Everything. I killed the universe. The universe is dead right now. Ooh. Nothing we can do about that. I mean, is the sun still there? I'm actually quite surprised that I managed to do that. That is quite interesting. I just added moons to the Earth. Well, not to the Earth. To the sun. And then bam. So guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Remember to subscribe for more content. Twitter and Instagram links are in the description. And I'll see you guys in the next video.